We all know that we must save money if we would like to achieve our goals financial-wise. We need to save money for retirement, for a house, for a car, or organizing vacations, and the list can be continued. Moreover, we have to secure ourselves with the amount of saved money just to make sure, because we never know what will happen in our life. No matter what is your goal, it's not a question that all of us need to save money. Actually, 51% of the American households have less than 3 months of savings, which is not too much. But at least they have something, and we didn't talk about the other part of the group who wasn't able to save anything. All in all, we can agree that we must save money, but what can we do to ensure to dedicate ourselves to this goal? I don't want to get into the details right now, but you already know, like open a saving account or save a certain percentage of your income every month. Instead, I would like to share with you right now interesting psychological tricks which can help you to reprogram your mind into money saving state. Tip 1. Always use cash. Credit cards are excellent innovations as they can ease our life enormously. You don't have to bother yourself to find the exact amount in your wallet, and also it is the easiest way to pay for something, as it is simply one touch, even you can use your phone for it. Furthermore, you don't need to look for your wallet in your pocket or also in your bag. But of course, everything has its own price. You must pay for your own comfort. The fact is that most of the people won't follow their purchases what they have done with their cards. Because of that, we have a lot of misconceptions regarding our finances, as we can think that we still have enough money on our account or we didn't spend too much in a given month. However, it can easily happen by the end of the month. We realize once again that we overspent ourselves. So how can you change your perception regarding this? Well, it is very simple. Try to not use your card so often. The best you can do if you start to pay everything by cash, and anytime when you receive your salary, make sure that you take out a certain amount of money and put it down as a saved amount. It can be eye-opening when you realize how much money you spend by cash on certain things. As you will repeat the process over and over again, slowly your mind starts to adapt this kind of behavior. Trust me, when you realize that you only have left a few dollars in your wallet, you will think twice before you make a certain purchase. Now let's move to the second tip, which can even enhance this money saving effect. Tip 2. Follow a weekly budget. In a recent study, researchers identified two different groups. The first group received their salary on a monthly basis, while the other group got their salary weekly. Guess what was the result? The second group was able to save more money each month for half a year. The explanation behind this theory that we tend to spend more money when we think that we have more. It can easily happen that you receive your salary and you immediately spend on a new phone or a tablet, which will cost 50% of your income. But when you split the same amount of money to 4 weeks, you will realize that you won't be able to make the same purchase. Do you see the meaning of this comparison? We have received the same amount of money in both cases by the end of the month, but the approach was very different. In the first case, we can easily think that we still have half of our payment, so we should have enough money for the rest of the month, but in case of the second scenario, we won't be able to make the same purchase. All in all, using only cash during your purchases and also splitting your income into weekly budgeting can ensure to trick your mind into a money saving state. Tip 3. Look for transition moments. The transition moments are the periods when something changes from one state to another. The psychology behind this theory, the increased motivation when we start a new year or simply a season changes. That's why people love to make New Year's resolutions or also dedicate themselves to finally start working out when the summer is coming. The fresh start effect is always very exciting, as we can think that we finally achieved something extraordinary in the future. Next time when you experience this kind of transition moment, make sure that you utilize it for your financial goals, and let's start to save more money in these kind of periods. Simply set a financial goal for yourself, stay committed, and keep going until you reach it. Tip 4. Avoid social media. If you are watching my channel for a while, you might have noticed that I like to highlight the dark side of the social media, and here comes another one. Every time you open Facebook, TikTok or Instagram, I'm quite sure that you will be bombarded by different kind of ads. These ads will inform you about the latest sales, what kind of clothing are popular once again, or they will show you something very cool but unnecessary thing what you never heard before. Even if you are a conscious user, you still can spend money on something what you didn't want first, but thanks to the social media ads, you finally made the purchase. Shortly, if you would like to save more money, I highly recommend you to avoid using social media platforms too often, and it's also a good idea if you review your account and try to hide unnecessary ads or unfollow pages which try to convince you to buy a certain thing from them. Tip 5. The stranger test. Are you still not sure if your next purchase is still worth it? Then you can try out the stranger test. It works like this. Imagine a stranger who holds the certain thing that you would like to buy in one of their hands, and in the other hand, imagine the price of the product. Now it's your turn to decide. If the cash grabs your attention more, then it's a clear sign that you must keep the purchase. Tip 6. Turn prices into hours. Another interesting psychological trick if you would like to save more money, if you start to turn prices into work hours. Most of the people get paid after their active work hours, so this kind of trick is especially for them. Take this example. Imagine that you earn $20 per hour, then in case this will be your basis. Next time when you would like to buy a new phone or a certain cloth, make sure that you convert everything into active work hours. This will help you to actually figure out if you can afford the certain purchase or not. Trust me, it can be shocking when you find out that you have to work 1 or even 2 weeks for a certain thing what you would like to buy. After the calculation, the results will help you to rethink twice if you truly want to make the purchase or not. Tip 7. The drawer trick. This trick is my personal favorite one, as it can be used not only before purchases, but even in more important financial decisions. Let's see how it works. You decide that you would like to buy a new car or a house, or move to a more expensive apartment. You can also think about smaller decisions like buying a new pair of jeans or shoes. And here comes the trick. Before you make the actual purchase, make sure that you write down your intention on a piece of paper and put it into a drawer. Wait a few days or even more, and after you are ready, take out the piece of paper from the drawer and read your intention once again. If you still feel the urge that you would like to make the purchase, then it's a good sign that it was not a sudden idea. On the other hand, if you have any doubts, then simply throw away your previous idea. Personally, I like to wait at least 1 week with even the smallest purchase, but there were decisions in my life where I used this trick and I have waited even for a year. Tip 8. Set challenges. My last psychological trick if you would like to save more money, if you start to look for exciting money challenges. Nowadays you can find all kinds of crazy challenges through social media, and I must admit that I find most of them silly, but still you can get inspiration for beneficial alternatives. Actually, I already tried a few money related challenges like living on a certain amount for a week or trying to save 70% of my total income for a month. Sometimes I accomplished the challenges, sometimes I failed, but still I always learned a lot from these kind of challenges. All of them made me think whether I live the way I should or if I truly spend my money on all kind of things which are valuable for me. I can say that these kind of challenges work like a fresh new start. It can be exciting when you find an interesting challenge and you would like to know already from the beginning if you can make it or not. The presence of the challenge itself can boost up your motivation and the rest will be depend on you. But in the end, I am quite sure that you will enrich your life with a lot of experience. So that is all what I wanted to share with you today, and I hope that you have learned some kind of interesting psychological tricks which can help you to save more money. Now I am turning off, and as always, please don't forget to subscribe, watch my previous videos, and don't hesitate to leave a comment. And see you next time.